Hello, Flosstube. Welcome back to my channel. You have found my YouTube channel about cross stitch. My name is Mandy. It is Sunday, November 30th, so this is kind of like my November stitching recap with a little bit of December plans. I brought some stuff I've been working on quilting wise, so I thought I would show that. I'll save that towards the end in case you're not interested in quilting. There's some fully finishes, some haul, and then I got out my Christmas stuff today, so I thought I would kind of show you some previous finishes from previous years. If you've been around a while, you've seen some of these. Um, so yeah, but I had a big bump in subscribers since my last video, so thank you to all of the new people. Welcome. And then, obviously the returning people. I love having you guys come back every couple weeks. So it's been about 3 weeks, probably 4 weeks since my last, close to 4 since my last video. But I had time today, and so I thought I would share. Um, what else? Not a whole lot of life stuff. I'll just get that out of the way in the beginning. Um, we had Thanksgiving, which was nice. My brother flew in from Seattle to visit, brother and his wife. And so that was really awesome. They were here for a little over a week. I helped clean my house, watched my kids while they were out of school. And then yeah, we did Thanksgiving and we did a lot of games. Like they played a lot of Mario Party with my kids, my two boys, and then we played a lot of like cards at night where, we like that. So I'm sad they're gone. It was kind of nice to have family close by. If you're new, I'm a military spouse. My husband's in the Army. Um, and so we haven't lived near family in the last probably 12 years. Um, and it's just nice to be around family on the holidays. The last couple of years we haven't traveled, like over Thanksgiving or Christmas, and which is kind of nice in that you don't have to pay all that money to travel. You're home for the holidays, but it also is having them come and visit made me realize like I really miss being close by to family. But anyways, a couple more years in the military stuff, and then we'll get to retire. You can see my dog Henry back there. I conveniently have this is a closet door that's open, so that he can't come by and disturb us. But he's gonna try. um, what else? All right, I'll just jump into it. I will show previous stuff I finished, like previous years first, just because it's stacked up right here. Um, so yeah, let's see. This one was a Hello from Liz Matthews Jingle Ball class last year. I am going to the Jingle Ball this year. It is next weekend. I'm quite excited. Um, and so, yeah, I did this class. This was a fun little pillow finish. Part of the class was learning how to do this beaded trim, which I really enjoyed learning how to do. And I would like to put it on more finishes. I just haven't gotten around to it. But yeah, I think, I don't remember if this is out yet or not. I can't remember the name of the pattern. I just know it was her Jingle Ball class from last year. Sorry about that. This one was Kathy Haberman's Jingle Ball class last year. Hashtag Joy, I think it was called. So I bet it'll be available this year to purchase at the Jingle Ball, but I don't know if it's available like if you don't attend. But yeah, the class was basically to learn how to do like wool felt stuff, and then we kind of finished this pillow um, in a unique way, I guess. So that was fun. This is the back. These are two Heart and Hand. What are the names? I can't think of the name of the pattern, but Heart and Hand pillows. I finished them into pillows. I had these little like charms on some safety pins, which was fun. This is an oldie but a goodie. This is a Brenda Gervais. It was like a freebie, probably in 2021. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it. I just remember it was a Brenda Gervais like stitch along with a needle and thread. I just finished it on this kind of window thing. So yeah. etchings. This is another one of Heart and Hands etchings. That's what those two little pillows were called. This was in Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher magazine quite a while ago. So yeah, I've stitched this one and two of the others from that magazine. This is a freebie from Susan Ache, A-C-H-E, called Christmas Quaker, I think. She has a autofill floss pack that goes with it, and so that's what I stitched it with. Looks like it's stitched on probably a 16 count Aida with the Orifloss, and then this is just a wood thing from probably Walmart or Michael's or one of those craft stores. This was a stitch along with Back Quarter Shop a couple years ago. They do like, I don't know if this one was free or paid, but they do stitch along. And so yeah, I finished it like this. I'm sorry, I don't remember the name of it. It's on a 6 or a 32, maybe 28 counts, a chalkboard black linen. And I actually did the quilt that goes along with this, so I will show you that towards the end of the video. This one was in a magazine, probably a Just Cross Stitch magazine. I don't remember the name of the magazine or what year, so sorry. But this was fun to stitch. It's on a blue, looks like probably a 14 count. It's got some sparkly, I don't know if you can see. This is all sparkly thread, or it's outlined in sparkly thread. So yeah, this finishing board came from Hobby Lobby, and I think I still see it there. I'm pretty sure they still have it. This is a Jardin Privé. I don't remember the name of the pattern, but I know it's her Christmas piece. It's stitched on a 14 count Aida with a call for DMC. This board said like champagne, or it said something from Michael's several years ago. That's an older finish. This is an old stitch with the Housewives. I think it's called something in St. Nick. Rudolph in St. Nick, something like that. This door, it's a door piece. It was $5 from Dollar Tree, maybe. Probably not Dollar Tree, but what's one of the other like dollar stores? But again, a couple years ago. But I just thought it would go well. Rudolph and St. Nick, maybe that's the name of it. It's a stitching with the Housewives pattern. A couple more. This is an oldie but a goodie. With the needle and thread, Brenda Gervais. This piece came from Hobby Lobby. This was very much inspired by Lori Holt to finish it this way. This is called Winter Manor? Something like that. It was a very popular one a couple years ago. But love it. I'm excited to put it up. And then last previous finish, you've seen this one before. I just really like this. It's called Winter Deer. I think it's by it's either Satsuma Street or Stitchrovia. But it's stitched on a 14 count like sparkly Aida. This is one of my very first like big projects like this. Took me forever to finish because I put it away for a while, but then a couple years ago I buckled down and finished it, and it's just in a plain frame, probably from Hobby Lobby. Yeah, Hobby Lobby. It says 2014 on it, so who knows if they have this frame still. But yeah, that is all my previous finishes. So now I can go put those up with the rest of this stuff. Sorry, I'm just clearing off my space here. Okay. Next, I'll show you finishes. I think since my last video, one of them for sure. One of them I might have shown last video. Sorry. This was a finish. I think I finished a stitching last year, but I've had this like offcut frame from Hobby Lobby, and it fit pretty well. So this is a Country Cottage Needleworks, I think, snowman piece. So I think it's fun. The fabric is Be Stitch Me. I'm sure I stitched it with a called for like fancy floss or called for floss on the pattern. Some of it is fancy. Like I know this is variegated. The brown is variegated, but I will probably not put this one up until January just because I more decorate snowmen in January. But and then this last framed finish. Um, I took this to Hobby Lobby a couple weeks ago to get it framed. This is an old Barbara Anna. I think it's called Christmas Tree. I got it like shipped as a kit from, I can't think of the name right now, but I like the frame. I don't know if you can tell. It's pretty. It's very Christmassy. And they did a good job with the framing. So that was nice. And they put a hanger on it too, which I like. So gotta get that hung up somewhere. Okay. Oh, I forgot to turn these before starting. Talk amongst yourselves. These are two like not fully, well, let me show you the fully finished ones first. So I think I talked about these in my last video about starting them. This one might have been stitched already. No, I think I started and finished this. Yeah, I did. I started and finished this actually on the day that I filmed last time. So, and then I FFO'd it because I think I had the kit to fully finish it. This is a not punch needle, Primrose Cottage. I think it was one of their Restitch Fridays. And then this too, I think I started and finished. I'm looking at I started and finished since my last video. This was not a kit. I think I just pulled the fabric from my stash, but I wish I'd picked a different white. That pumpkin does not show up great. It's stitched on an 18 count. I think I just did 1/1, and actually the coverage is good. It's just that pumpkin. That white does not, like up there too, doesn't show up super well, but it is what it is at this point. I'm gonna put those away. Okay, I'm gonna pause so I can turn these out. Hang on just a second. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. I didn't fully finish these. I just stitched the pillow backing and so and I didn't turn them out yet because I was feeling lazy. But these are both like starts and finishes, stitching wise, that I said I would get doing plans. And I'm pretty proud of myself for actually sticking to those plans. So yay, Flosstube, for not holding me accountable, but keeping me motivated, I guess, is the thing. So yeah, but this is called, what is this one called? Bird in Hand Thanksgiving. So it's a little heart in hand piece. This is the back. This is the opening right here. So I just have to stuff it and then I'll put a fun trim on it, but probably not until next year. This is itty bitty, stitched 1/2. It's a 40 count. It's a V-stitch me like offcut linen, but I just pulled probably close to the called for colors. And then this is a hands-on design pattern called Twice Blessed. Comes with a little like wool felt pennies. And this fabric is just something scrapped from stash. And look at how bad that margin is. It's crooked. But hopefully I can add a trim and it won't be quite as terrible. That one says gather, and this one says, or grateful, and this one says thankful. So these were fun, pretty quick little stitches. This is the back fabric. So I just have to stuff those. I probably won't do it till next year, to be quite honest, but maybe I'll catch a wild hair. And then, so Jingle Ball, I said, is next week, or weekend rather. And this, I'm taking 4 classes, which is kind of a lot, and I've done the pre-stitching for one, half of the pre-stitching for another, and then the other 2, I knew I would not finish the projects, so I'm just gonna kind of go to class and enjoy, probably start the projects in that class, and then at some point I'll get around to finishing them. The one I did finish was the hands-on design, Stand Up for Santa. So I pulled the fabric from my stash. This is an 18 count cork by Lori Holt, but then I did order the pearl cottons, the DMC pearl cottons, as called for. So, and then this is like fuzzy stuff. His beard is fuzzy, which I did not enjoy stitching with, but you know, it's done. So that's one class. The other class is the Hello from Liz Matthews. Let's see here. Hello from Liz Matthews snow globes, which I've started one itty bitty tree. So at the very least, I can maybe do one. I want to do excuse me, the one with that's a tree and a snowman and some presents. And then, I can now we'll know the technique and can get around to finishing the rest. So that was one whip that I just showed you. My other whips are here. Um, there's a three, four. So the first one I'll show you is Real Comfort by Plum Street. This is what it'll look like eventually. She's a big, big girl. I have most of the called for floss. Some of it's like conversions from Stash, like this is a Victorian motto. I got a couple color and cottons, but for the most part, it's called for. And I did make a decent amount of progress. So I got the border done. I put in these words. I started to outline the roof of the big house. But I kind of just jumped around. Like you can see, I had a little bit of one color left, so I started a leaf. This is on a 32 count Be Stitch Me fabric. It's called Through the Stones. Look, I'm horrible at leaving enough border, so I'll have to frame this myself, but that's okay. I didn't want to frame it pretty tight anyways. So yeah, it was fun to work on. This is the bag it's in. This is a Creative Carol Designs bag. Fun to work on. Happy to pull it out next year. But I did get burnt out on it, so kind of showed me that some of those big pieces I can't just pull out and work on and finish, like start to finish. That's why I have a lot of projects. So there's that one. The next one is it's a full coverage. Let me see if I can pull up and I didn't bring my tablet down here, so I don't know how far I am, but I have the desire to start this full coverage for some reason. What day did I do it? It was, what's it called? It's called Dressed in Flowers, I think. So for some reason, like a week after I filmed last time, I just had a hankering to stitch this. I am looking for um, it's a pattern by Stitch is So Beautiful. The artwork is Eder Jose Rosa. It's called Dressed in Flowers, Woman in a Field of Flowers. So that's what it'll look like finished. One day it's like 400 by 400. This is my progress. So I started in the top right. Look at how big this piece of fabric is, and it's so crunchy. But it's an 18 count Aida, 2 strands over 1 square. And I don't know why. What was going through my mind when I decided to start this, but I just wanted to, and so I did. Um, one day it'll be finished. I initially had tried to stitch this in hand, but it's too hard to hold all that fabric. So I have now, I found a lap stand that was recommended by Helen D. And then I put this in a big hoop and I'm able to 2-hand stitch. So it's a little faster than like the poke stab, not as fast as stitching in hand, but maybe one day I will finish it. So I need to put that in a bag. It's down here. And then this was my Thanksgiving chart. I didn't make this, but let me find the cover page. Oh no. No cover photo. Hang on. Let me grab the photo. Okay. So this is in the keepsakes cross-stitch calendar. This is November. So this is what it'll look like finished. It's kind of a cool concept. It's stitched and then wrapped around like a painted canvas or a canvas like painters use. And so that's how I would finish it one day when I get the stitching done. It's stitched on a 14 count Ada. I started in the bottom right corner. So this I can stitch in hand. I got to figure out how to get it on my tablet because working off of this chart is not ideal. So I'm down here. It's not huge, so it's doable. If I kind of do slow progress, I'll be able to finish it 2 years maybe. It's got a lot of DMC involved, so but that's that. I don't know if I'll pull it out again. Kind of in the mood for Christmas, so that's another whip. And then oh, that reminds me, I gotta write that down on my over there. Okay. Last whip. This one I hope to finish this year. Welcome to the North Pole. This was a stitch along started 2023, I think, with Primrose Cottage. Stitched on a 32 count Joblin by Bee Stitch Me in the color Hot Cocoa. The called for floss. Here is my progress. So during the stitch along, I had this one. I started this. I've been able to finish this, and then I started this bottom row last night. And then it won't go all the way to the bottom, but there's 6 rows total. So it was like a stitch along started in Jolly July and stitch one a month until December, and you'd have it finished. But I like totally lost motivation, and so that's why it's been lingering until now. But I am to be gung ho on making this a finish this year. So that'll probably be the thing I work on the most until it's done. Except that'll be like what I work on at home. What I work on at work remains to be. We'll see what it is. Until Jingle Ball, it's probably going to be those little smalls for the Hello from Liz Matthews. What am I thinking? Hello from Liz Matthews Jingle Ball class. Okay. This is now on the plans section. So I need to start and finish this last one in this series, and then successfully finish them all. I'm stitching them on chalkboard, 14 count chalkboard black. That will definitely be done. The next one I've shown you before. I probably just showed it to you the last video. This has been a lingering whip. It's going to be my next focus. Woodland Wonder by Glendon Place. Stitched on the called for 28 count earthen and Picture This Plus. This is as far as I've gotten. It's not any progress in a couple years. I don't even know if I pulled it out last year. So yeah, that I have all like the beads and the cry neck. So that just needs to be like after Welcome to the North Pole. I'm pretty sure that's what I want to focus on. I also went and I found white frames for each of these. So I have 3 12 by 12 frames that I'm going to, and I have one of this series finished. There's the snowman. There's the reindeer. I have the Santa finished. And I don't know if I'll be able to start finishing of those. We'll see how much stitching I get done. Every day in December, I would like to put a strand of thread into this piece because it's been lingering way too long. This is called Red Christmas by Jardin Privé. I'm doing it in green. So Jolly July, I was able to finish, I think this is my oldest whip, but in Jolly July, I was able to finish the border. And now it's a bunch of words and some motifs in there that all say like Christmas in different languages on 18 count Ada. So I'm kind of running through this because I feel like I've talked about this before in previous videos, but every day in December, I'm going to put one strand of floss into that so I can hopefully finish it. This, I'm not going to pull it out of the bag, is the, what's it called? Jolly Saint Nick? The new one by Hands On, or by the Housewives, Stitching with the Housewives. It's a reindeer and Santa Claus. Gonna hopefully start that. I don't know if I'll finish it. I think this is gonna be my Christmas start. New start is this Mary. What's her name? Mary by Nora Corb or by Mirabilia. I have most. Let's see. Yeah, I think I have the beads. I think I have most of the thread pulled. I'm gonna stitch it on this Tyco 28 count Tyco by Picture This Plus. And then I just need a few. It goes for 2 Karen water lilies, which I don't have a stash of. So I just need to figure out what the color is. This Be Stitch Me Silk was one contender, but I think that's gonna be my Christmas start. So those are all like plans. Need to put these in. Okay. So that's plans. Would you like to see some haul? Cross stitch haul. Um, couple patterns, and then a couple other like random things. Hopefully. So I'm in this series. Sorry, itchy nose. Tiny Modernist has a snow globe series being released through Crazy Annie Stitchin'. We got part 5. Part 6 is the last one. I've stitched 2 of them. They're super cute. I would like to finish them as stand-ups. And so after I take hands-on designs class for Stand Up for Santa, I'm hoping I'll like kind of know how to do it and then I can finish them all that way. But I still need to stitch for others. Jeanette Douglas just released this winter alphabet. So pretty. I have those 2. And so looks like spring is the one that's the last one. I don't know. I mean, I like this, but I think I'd like to finish them as drums. So, hands on design had a few, not hands on design. With any ones, Brenda Gervais. I got this snowman guy and this cute pillows. On Street Stamplers in her house. I'm sure everybody's seen this, but this is the final in the series, Autumn Moon. I have Winter Moon started. I have Spring Moon. Autumn Moon. Oh, I have Summer Moon. The only one I have started is Winter Moon. But I have Spring Moon kitted. And now I have Autumn and Winter. And then this charcuterie board is just so stinking cute. So I'll, get around stitching at 88 by 106. And then Satsuma Street every year, I think, releases like 4 new ornaments. I think maybe some years are Christmas and some years are Halloween. But I got the new ones. Goose-a-layin, rooftop rumpus. So cute. So this comes with a perforated paper. It comes with the floss, a needle, and like the beads and sequins. So have I stitched any of them? Sure haven't. This one, snail mail and snow play cycle. So I would like to start one of them this year. And then let's see, this is what we just I don't know if this was just like a one-off release or what, but Summer House Stitchwork posted on Instagram that she was having this like release or kid thing, and so I thought it was super cute. Bittersweet Sentiments 2025, and it came all like kitted up in this nice cute box. It came with the little wool felt and like the button and a charm. Came with the wool roving to stuff it, fabric and floors. So this won't get stitched until next year, but I don't know. It was so cute. I had to have it. Came with a needle and some pins, and then this like thread floss ones. But now that I've shown it, I can put it into a bag, put it with my kids. And then last, I saw this fun like book. So I'm having an itch to start to crochet, and I want to learn to knit. Not that I need another project, but this was like advertised to me on Instagram. This patchwork for any square blanket. So, and there's some really cute like stuff in here. Like it's all quilted. Like I could sew this, I know how to sew quilts like that, but um trying to look for like this is real fun. I bet that would be super heavy. But I just liked the colors, like heart quilt, and it's all like granny square style. It's a good fall one. So I don't know. I just thought it would be it's a fun book to have a look through. And then yeah, so that's all the cross stitch stuff. I do have some quilting stuff, so I'm gonna pause and reset. And just it's mostly it's 3 tops that I finished. I haven't quilted anything, and then it's 3 like previously finished quilts, so it won't take me that long to get through. But if you're not here for quilting, see you later. Thank you for watching. If you are here for quilting, I'll be right back. Okay, so these are projects that the finished quilts are old. Like I've quilted them and stitched them a long time ago. So the fabric is old. The patterns I probably don't know, but this is the first one. This was a Jolly Bar pattern, I'm pretty sure. And I think it's a Sweetwater um, fabric, but super cute. The quilting on it is probably hard to see. Yeah, you can't see it at all, but it's fun, like little what are those called? Candy canes and Christmas trees. And so that is one Christmas thing that I'll hang up somewhere. This was the Stitch Along by Fat Quarter Shop a couple years ago, Quilt Along. Sorry, I don't remember the name of it. Like each pattern was released a week. The fabric is a Lila Boutique. Or Lila, I don't know how she says it. Fun Christmas line. So that's fun to pull out every year. This is an oldie but a goodie. I don't remember how long ago I stitched this. Could have been 2015, to be quite honest, or sewed it 2015, 2016. It's an old Lori Holt Christmas quilt with her old Christmas fabric. I'm trying to show you each. There's the next row. And so this used I think it used her applique method. Pretty sure it's called Cozy Christmas. And I actually custom quilted this guy, which I don't custom quilt really. I'd like to learn, but I'd like to practice and get better at. But yeah, this is just a real fun, like, happy to pull that out every year. And then since I know I haven't really shown like stuff I've quilted on here before, so this is all new, but since I filmed last, I've been kind of in a quilting mood, and so this was a kit that I got from Happy Little Stitch Shop. It's fun, like fun fabric or fun evening on the prairie is the line, and it was a kit that they released as part of like an exclusive box. So yeah, I need to find backing and to quilt that up, but because I'm more in the Christmas mood, probably won't happen until next year. This one I've had in my stash for a long time. Quilted up. I got it at a quilt show. It is a Maywood Studios is the fabrics. I can't remember the name of the designer, but it's a fun like grid pattern. and it's flannel. So that actually stitched up, like sewed up a lot faster than I thought it would. This one I would like to maybe finish this year because it's kind of more wintry to me. And then it's gonna be hard to show this. I finished piecing the Quilted Snowman by Lord Holt. So there's some blocks. I gotta add the borders. And then I'll get this quilted this year. Lots of snowflakes. A giant tree. Snowman face. Um, there's a wagon. Like the wagon at the bottom. So yeah, this is so fun. I can't wait to finish this quilt and have it hanging up. So yeah, and then plans for quilting wise, I have this started. So North Star, I love Elizabeth Hartman's quilts. They're fun to piece. They're a lot of work to piece. Don't get me wrong, this will take forever. So I finished, I think, these 2 blocks last year. I'm gonna start cutting up this one. I would like to finish this top this year, but we'll see how if I get burnt out on it or not. But yeah, North Star by Elizabeth Hartman. That's all the quilting I have, all the stuff I have to share. So I hope you enjoyed this. I would love it if you would like and subscribe and share, and that helps me reach more people. Maybe I could hit 1,000 subscribers, but I'm not holding my breath. I sat at 200 subscribers for a good 4 or 5 years, and I'm okay with that. I don't know what recently bumped up the subscribers, but I hit something right with that algorithm. And I did have a shout out from, I think it's Daisy Crabs or something like that. She's a new floss tuber to me, but I think she's been around for a while. She's from Scotland or lives in Scotland, I believe. I love her accent. I love that she shares like a Scottish word of the day. Um, so yeah, it's just fun. It's fun to find new video people that you like, and she shouted me out, and so I wanted to say thank you. I will probably be back the week after Christmas sometime, so about a month or so. Um, I'll go over all my New Year plans, and I don't have strong plans because I can't stick to plans, but I do have kind of loose goals, so I might talk about that next year or next video. Yeah. So thank you for your time and for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic holiday and are able to get plenty of stitching in. Goodbye.